Hey, welcome to your bonus classes, right, of Seu Clique no Inglês. And I chose for two of the bonus classes to give you some tips on pronunciation. And from all the important things related to pronunciation in English, I chose these two topics because I guess they are very important. The first, right, in this class, we're going to see the ed termination in some verbs, right? The simple past and past participle of the regular verbs, and some adjectives, right? That also finish in ed. It's a very important thing for us Brazilians because we end up making mistakes, and you will see, right? The moment that I write here, you will remember situations in which you were tempted, you had problems to pronounce these ed terminations, and teachers corrected you, or you felt you were not pronouncing things correctly, right? And this is what we're going to see. First, you need to understand that all these adjectives and verbs that finish in ed, they can have three possible pronunciations, three different sounds, right? And this is what we're going to analyze. First, it's important to understand a definition, right? The definition of voiced, voiceless sounds. Voiced and voiceless sounds. A voiced sound is a sound that when you pronounce it, it causes your vocal cords, right, that you can feel if you put your hand on your throat. They force your vocal cords to vibrate. So that is yes vibration on the board, right? If you speak, right? If you speak, learn. The end sound at the end of learn makes your vocal cords vibrate. Call. The L sound, like big-eyed Tamara, right? So the L sound at the end of call also makes your vocal cords vibrate. So this is a voiced sound, right? What happens when you put those verbs in the past? To write, that's very easy, right? Only ed. And to pronounce them, Tamara, you get this, right? The symbols are not exactly this, but I am choosing these to make it easier for you. You have learned, learned, okay? And to simplify, right? Called, called. So you see, it's not learned, it's not college, but we are tempted to pronounce it like that because we want to make people see that we know it's the past we are talking about. We're not talking about the present, we're not talking about the infinitive. We want to make sure they understand it's the past. So we end up pronouncing like college, and it's wrong, okay? Because they pronounce it like called. And look, call, one syllable. Called, one syllable too. Yes? Learn, one syllable. Learned, one syllable. There is no extra syllable in the past. See? And what about these? These are the voiceless sounds. Voiceless sounds don't cause your vocal cords to vibrate. If you pronounce stop, the P doesn't make your vocal cord vibrate. Work, the K doesn't make your vocal cord vibrate. Vocal cords vibrate, okay? So they are voiceless sounds. How do you make past? There is a second P here, double P because it's CVC, right? And then ED. What you pronounce like stopped, stopped. ED, and you pronounce like worked, worked. Okay? The phonetic symbols that I am using here are not correct. They are here only to make it clear for you what I want you to do, right? If you go to your favorite dictionary, for example, and you look up these verbs, you see the correct phonetic symbols there. And I strongly recommend that you become familiar to phonetics, right? And the phonetic symbols, because they can help you a lot in perfecting your pronunciation in English. So again, stop, one syllable, stopped, one syllable, no extra syllable. Work, one syllable, worked, one syllable, no extra syllable. Okay? So there is no stoppage and there is no workage. Right? Finally, here you don't have voiced and voiceless sounds anymore. The exceptions are these two, right? The different ones are these two. The verbs that finish in T and D, right? How do you form the past? Easy? Yes? But the pronunciation is wanted, wanted, yes? And this is like a long sound, okay? Knee, right? Needed, needed. So, look, want, one syllable. Wanted, two syllables. Ah. Need, one syllable. Needed, two syllables. Ah, so here we have an extra syllable. Yes, but only for verbs that finish with T and D sounds. And adjectives too, right? That finish with T and D sounds, right? Like interest, interested. Yes? For these, you have the extra syllable. Our biggest mistake is when we add the extra syllable for the ones that don't have it. And we have this bad habit when we're speaking English. Right? I've already mentioned it. It's because we want to make it clear that we know it's the past that we're using. Okay, we know stuff, so we want to show off a little bit. And we end up making mistakes when we're pronouncing it. But Tamers, too much to pay attention to, too much information to process. I know. My idea, right? And that's why it shows up in the bonus part of the course, is this. This is a bonus for you. It's something you need to know it exists, start paying attention to it, and then slowly incorporate it to your practice, right? By the time you start paying attention to this, right, listening to songs, watching TV series, paying attention to your favorite speakers, watching TED Talks, watching lectures, watching videos on YouTube, whichever you decide to do to practice your listening, you start, oh, so that's the T sound, that's the D sound. Oh, yes, the extra id, right, the extra syllable there. Oh, yes. And then slowly you start using it too. Yes? In the class, you'll see a PDF file, right, a document there that I included with this explanation in different words, with examples there for you. And you can find very easily, right, on the internet, you can find websites with more examples of verbs with each of these sounds in their pronunciation. Okay? Thanks a lot. This is the end of the first bonus class, right? I'll be back with the second one on the pronunciation of the S and third person singular verbs and plural words too. Yes? See you.